Country 106, there is John Barry. She's taking a shine, and it's his 64th birthday on this Thursday. It is September the 14th, and let's welcome in our first guest this morning. Now, she is a White Lake native, but she has relocated recently. Let's bring on Jacleen Hess this morning. Jacleen, good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks for having me back. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, certainly appreciate you coming back and getting us updated this morning. The last we talked, back late spring, you were headed down to Kentucky. We thought for the summer, but that sounds like it's going to be a move for a little longer, huh?
It is, yeah. I'm headed down on Monday for good for at least a little while here. So hauling my horses down and my dog and working for a horse trainer down there and his family. So it's incredible. It's beautiful. A lot warmer down there, I have to say.
You're going to enjoy the winter a little bit more.
I think so.
Yeah, down in Kentucky, you bet. And I certainly glad you came back to update us here this morning. And what have you been up to over the summer outside of the moving? I know it's a big time for you, but some gigs, some songs in the future.
Yeah, so it's been, sometimes you go through like lulls of songwriting, and this summer I went through a little bit of a lull, and the past probably month I have had so many song ideas, and so I'm just like, my phone is full of voice memo after voice memo, which is really fun to see that start up again, and then just have so many ideas for melodies and lyrics and different kind of hooks and stuff for songs. So working on songwriting still, and a music video. This summer's been pretty cool, working on a music video. Hired a production team down in Kentucky, and we are just about to release it this fall. So we got all the filming done, and it's about to land in your guys' eyes.
Yeah, this is neat stuff. We're going to talk more about that this morning, but before we do that, country music, horses, Kentucky seems like a good move for you.
I think so, yeah. It's closer to Nashville, closer to the producer that I have down there, Kevin Ward, and there's just music everywhere. I've been just scouting out this summer all the spots that I want to go and play some gigs at right around Lexington there, and then hopefully down in Nashville too. But got to go to the Grand Ole Opry this summer, which was, oh my gosh, brilliant. Saw Vince Gill there and Ricky Skaggs, and yeah,
you must stop for any country music fan, you bet.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your work with horses, because that's something that kind of drew you to the Kentucky area as well, and what you do there and how you got interested and things like that.
Yeah, so I grew up around horses, have always kind of just had a passion for that, and got connected with a guy named Dan James of Double Dan Horsemanship down there and his family, and they were looking to hire someone, and so joined them this summer, and I'll be staying on longer there. So training horses for Liberty. If you've ever watched the show Heartland, or maybe there's some Heartland fans out there, maybe heard of it.
I've seen a little. My wife watches Heartland.
Yeah, there you go. Your wife,
I haven't
not
seen
you.
Too much, but I've seen it on and around the house. So yeah, you bet.
So yeah, training horses for Liberty and colt starting and just all sorts of stuff. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, and of course, this musical journey for you, for our listeners who might not have had a chance to listen into some of your interviews in the past, talk about how you got started.
Yeah, so listening to country radio, Carrie Underwood, and just anyone country really, and started to kind of find an outlet through music as I walked through a difficult health journey, and just continued to write songs. And so it's funny, the song that released earlier this spring, Something Up His Sleeve, it talks about how, like, in the middle of the unknown, God has something up his sleeve greater than you could ever dream. And it just is like so crazy, because like here I am sitting here with you this morning, and like never thought I'd be on the radio, never thought I'd be writing music, and ended up in 2020 going down to Indiana and writing some songs, releasing an EP then called Look at Their Hearts, and then here in 2023?
We are 2023. We're pushing 2024, yeah.
2023 earlier this year, went down to Nashville and recorded with Kevin Ward down there and some great Nashville musicians, and released my song Good For You, and the song Something Up His Sleeve earlier this spring. So it's just been a whirlwind and so wild, but I just love playing for the nice people.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we've had both of those songs here on Country 106. The most recent one, Something Up His Sleeve, that was just releasing, I think, when we talked to you last time in the spring. What's been the reaction for that from people that have heard it, that have downloaded it? What's been the reaction from folks?
It's been wild. It's so cool to see people. Like, I've had people, whether they hear me play it at a gig or they hear it on YouTube or on wherever it streams online, either send me a message online and tell how it's impacted their life or how it's touched them for the struggle that they're in right then, or have people like run up and give me a hug and I'm like, who is this person? Like, so it's just been really cool seeing people be able to relate to the music themselves, and it's not just my song. I hope that it becomes each person's song who hears it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach everyone in a little way. You bet. It's definitely one of those songs. All right, the music videos. I really do want to talk about this because I had a chance to see follow you along on Facebook on your musician page and see some of the pictures and the production work that went into this. And I talk about the process of making a music video.
Well,
it's a long one. I bet
it's a long one. Thankfully, I hired a production team. We sat down at a Culver's in Kentucky. We found a Culver's because Wisconsin, you have to have that. And had lunch together and I laid out my vision for it, and they gave me some ideas, and then we went to work. So shot one of the shoots over at my boss's property in beautiful pasture, and shot another one in an Airbnb Bluebird studio in Georgetown, Kentucky, and just some beautiful pieces. And it was cool seeing the production team kind of capture the vision that I had, as well as listen to the lyrics and just bring it all to life. And our biggest thing with it is, I didn't want it to be like my story in it. I wanted it to be like somebody can watch that and relate to it themselves. And so that's my hope, that people will be able to watch it. It's going to be releasing on YouTube this fall, so keep an eye on my YouTube channel, and I'll be doing a lot more covers on there and stuff, so people can kind of subscribe to that and just kind of watch it all unfold.
Yeah, it certainly helps in anyone's musical journey these days. You try to break through, you try to get that big break, and all those different avenues with social media, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. I barely know what TikTok is, but there's all those different avenues out for you, and they all help. You bet.
Yeah, no, I think, doing as much as you can on social media, but also like getting out there and playing for the nice people in person. And one of my producers years ago, he told me that Minnie Pearl had talked to Loretta Lynn back in the day and given her some advice, and was like, when you go out there, just love the nice people and they will love you back, and one fan at a time. And that's what it's been so cool to connect with people, and the people that music has introduced me to has just been incredible. Yeah,
absolutely. And of course, you're an independent artist right now. Any hopes, any thoughts, any conversations, record labels down the road, things like that? I know it's a long and tough road, but
I hope so. That's something that I've dreamed of. I also do love the independence of being an independent artist, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not tied to anything.
Yeah, but hopefully someone will hear my song and I'll be able to get my music out to more people somehow.
Yeah, so it might just be one of those little gigs around Kentucky or Tennessee, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. But thank you for always supporting my music here and Country 106 and you, Scott. It's meant a lot. It's meant the world.
Jacleen Hess is with me this morning, independent music artist from White Lake, now moving down to Kentucky. Jacleen, stick around. I got to step aside for some messages. We'll talk more.
With pride since 1935.
And welcome back to the Wolf River Realty Breakfast Club, presented by Parsons of Antigo at 9 minutes before 8 o'clock. Scott Walbeck visiting this morning with Jacleen Hess, independent music artist. Originally from White Lake, she's now making her way to Kentucky. And Jacleen, what's on the horizon for you? You've been writing a lot. You told us about that. Looking at maybe releasing something again anytime soon?
That is the hope. Look forward to 2024. I'm hoping to head back down to Nashville, go produce there, go work with my producer, Kevin Ward, again, and some great Nashville musicians. I have hopefully 3 songs that we'll be releasing this next year instead of just 2. So I'm super excited. One of them is inspired by my dad, and it's called Tomorrow. And Tomorrow's Another Day is something that he always encouraged me with. And so I'm super excited. I won't tell more now, but stay tuned.
Yeah, no, sounds neat. And I think most songwriters, you mentioned you got that one from your dad, and you've had some other experiences. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily have to look too far to draw inspiration for songwriting, do you?
Yeah, no, I think it's all around us if we just kind of keep our ears and eyes open. And it's funny, I was on a phone call with a friend the other day, and she was like, I said a phrase, and she was like, "You always say that phrase." I was like, well, maybe that's a song. And, just listening, a lot of the most recent songs that I've written have all been inspired by conversations with people. And I think that would be like my tour. If I could, go on tour here, it'd probably be called Conversations. Sure. And just, all the encouraging things or funny things that people say So
This almost sounds like an album title, too.
I know.
Keep that in mind.
I think so. It's exciting.
Sure. As far as any live performances on the docket, anything coming up?
Yeah, so I actually just came back up here from Kentucky, back to good old White Lake, Wisconsin, and was leading music for a women's retreat over at Silver Birch Ranch in White Lake this last weekend, and then this weekend I'm there as well, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then when I get back to Kentucky, goal is to go and stop at all those amazing little bars and grills and restaurants and just get in there and play for the nice people. So
a neat area and great settings for
it's really cool. Yeah, pretty close to Nashville there, so lots of country music and singer songwriters and people that just want to hear stories and all that through song. So it's fun.
You mentioned a couple names earlier, but artists that have inspired you in your music over the years. Who's near the top of the list?
Top of the list. Oh, there's so many. So Carrie Underwood is really the country artist that inspired me the most growing up, and she still does. But I love like Blake Shelton. His writing that he has is really cool. I recently saw Vince Gill at the Grand Ole Opry, and sometimes you see an artist in person and it's way different than hearing their songs just on the radio or anything. And it was so inspiring hearing the stories that he was able to tell through his music in such a light, fun way, and also in a heavy way that made you want to cry. And like those have been some recent ones. Also, Dolly Parton, just her amazing storytelling abilities. Lainey Wilson. And then on the other end of the spectrum, Christina Aguilera and her grit and emotion in the pop world.
Yeah, and for most artists, that's probably the case. It's not just your particular genre of music that you inspire from and enjoy it. It's generally multiple ones.
Yeah, no, it's been cool. If you go, then to the Christian side, like Natalie Grant, Amy Grant, more recently Riley Clemens. So there's. It's funny, I love all genres of music. People are like, what do you listen to? I'm like, everything and anything that I can. Some blues, some oldies, as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I may host a country music show, work at a country music station, but I got to tell you, I listen to everything. If you went on my Amazon and my playlist, it's all over the place, trust me. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for downloading my songs. I so appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to downloading some more in the not too distant future. Jacleen Hess, let's remind listeners where they can download your music and get more information for you. I think you're available to download on most apps and platforms.
Yep, all streaming platforms. So Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, all those different avenues. So wherever you listen to your music, go ahead and stream or download there. And my YouTube channel, I'll be building up this year with different covers of songs and sneak peeks of new songs that I'll be releasing, and also my music video for Something Up His Sleeve. So
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
And folks can follow along on social media too.
Absolutely. Yep. Facebook or Instagram, Jacleen Marie Hess. Just look me up on there. Send me a message. I'd love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely, and looking forward to seeing that music video released for Something Up His Sleeve that's coming up. Did you give us a date for that?
I don't have a date. Okay. My production team is still working on it. So, but stay tuned on my social media, and I will for sure let you know, give you a heads up, or if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you will see it on there.
Okay, sounds very good. Jacleen, was a pleasure catching up this morning. We thank you very much. We'll look forward to you come back to town, come back and visit us again.
Thanks so much.
Look forward to following along in your musical journey, and best of luck in Kentucky.
Thanks so much, Scott. I'll come up when it's maybe not the dead of winter.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Hey, let's play Something Up His Sleeve for you this morning.
Amazing.
This is Jacleen Hess on Country 106.
Right now, all is feeling like I'll never